Soul Servants are back, and this time we're going to see what the Whitewoods can do against them. Make sure you guys smash the like, grab that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more honest content. I'm going to be honest with you here. I enjoy seeing what innovations people can bring to the table out here. And I wanted to showcase this because the Whitewoods cards are very interesting in terms of their gameplay and how they basically can feed off of back row to generate you some free advantage. Now, this is interesting because we are technically playing this with Centurions, which kind of opens up the idea to turbo synchro plays, because you've already got some inherently built-in level 8 play lines for you to be able to play, and it also gives you some free recyclability for what you can do here. I mean, we didn't open up the worst hand. I mean, Whispers is kind of a bad card, but okay, you have the 1 Ash, you have the Recite, the Ghost Ogre, and the Bonds down here. And I mean, we opened up Unizombie, the Thrust, the Brick, the Terraforming, and the other Brick. So we're on Brick Central down here. So let's see what we can do here. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to Terraforming on up here. We're going to go ahead and grab Paralino from our deck and start up the combo. We're going to go ahead and get Ashed here. Well, luckily for us, we have Fred the Zombie Extender here, which is one of our favorite good cards. Go ahead and zombie it on up here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to drop down the White Baking. Mr. White Baking going to go ahead and get us the White Prince and the White Lord. Go ahead and send off. Go ahead and mill off too. I'm going to go ahead and White Lord on up. Go ahead and get a free huge mill there. Like, that was actually insane. Yeah, unfortunately, you know, we don't get the value off of this, but I'll take everything else that I just saw there. All right, Shyren, go ahead and make the Mud Dragon here. All right, go ahead and resolve our Thrust. Go, 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 go. All right, go ahead and get the Black Goat left. So this is actually something we've been seeing out here. In a lot of situations where your opponent hand traps you, and, you know, they don't really have anything on the field, playing that one copy of the Black Goat Lapse gives you a trap card to be able to bring onto the field, and then, you know, being able to declare any monster card name that you need, plus having the second multi-purposing effect on this working for you as well is really, really strong. All right, so that's where you kind of get the value for this. All right, we're going to go ahead and overlay on in to our chummy friend, the Bagooski, and pass turn, because, you know, we have, what, like 1 Lightsworn Engrave. Honestly, we kind of bricked here. Not the greatest thing in the world, but okay. So, verification. And now we pass turn. So we actually drew Sylvie here, which is going to be a free spell and trap searcher, which actually is pretty good. But our problem is here, the terribly tired teddy bear means that we can't actually play the game in any real capacity here. So we're going to go ahead and reset, go ahead and special summon this out by fueling off of our free little extender here. Really wish we could get our free value on this, but, you know, it is what it is. Alright, down comes the Recia here, so we can kind of go on ahead and, I guess, start attempting to put something on the field here. Go ahead and we're going to make the Whitewoods Witch here. Alright, go ahead and do its thing. Go ahead and we're going to Whispers here. Let's target one, and then return that face of card the extra. And special summon an illusion or a spellcaster monster from our graveyard or banishment. Alright, so I guess we'll go ahead and toggle on out. And then, since we went ahead and did that, yeah, we failed. There's nothing that we can actually do. So the reason why we're covering this matchup is to showcase, you know, unless you're doing like the toy soldier lines of play, or, you know, some of the extra value on that, the Whitewood stuff, or Whitewood's Runic, for example. The Centurion stuff, I think, is probably fine in nature, but if you're trying it with a heavy Centurion line, I think that's where your problems are going to be. And as you saw with that hand there, you know, the bounce back special summon is not worth playing in the deck, in my opinion. Yeah, it is free value to reset, but sculpting the build and making sure, you know, those dead cards that come up in the matchup are not going to hinder you in a bad way. And I mean, Bandit Black had probably extremely subpar hand, but this is part of the course of, you know, playtesting out here. You look at these sorts of things and try to understand, oh, hey, this is why this is good, or this is why I made this decision to play this here for optimization purposes. So when two engines bleed that badly, that's where our problems lie. And that's a very good thing to take note of for playtesting with a key example showed to you right there. So we're going on in to game number 2 here. All right, now this build is actually playing the skill drain, which I also find kind of interesting. Because you kind of get yourself into the same situation that you had with the Baguska. Yes, we can fuel our own skill drain off of these here, because remember, you can send a spell and trap card from your hand or field to the graveyard to spell summon this. So you can take a turn or two to stun your opponent with skill drain, and then you can turn it off through your own effect. We've seen, you know, one of the best decks in the room right now uses that very same method where you can Diabell Star, turn off your skill drain after you've used it to paralyze your opponent. It is very interesting to see what you can do here. Our hand is Walls, Infinite Imperm, Dragonling Charge, and Fearless. Oh, baby. All right, and we are going first. So we're going to go ahead, and once again, that Whispers is messing up our hand. I mean, all of this just to reset it back on the field, sure, but like, it's such a worthless card. So now you're going to get to the Resia here. All right, our Whispers of the Sinful Spoils is going to get to reset itself. Now we actually get to Resia here. So this is a free special summon while we have a Whitewoods on the field. And then you can send a spell and trap card from your hand or field to graveyard to draw a free card. Alright, and then remember, all of these have that nice little effect that we can tuck back a Whitewood Synchro to special summon this from the graveyard. So we'll go ahead and we'll get rid of that terrible card. Hey, look, we drew a good card. Now we get to drop down Sylvie here, which lets us add a Whitewood Spell and Trap card from our deck to our hand. So we will have another fuel for this, which is actually pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab the Woes of the Whitewoods. Literally special summon one from the deck, and then lets us Synchro Jump. And then once again, if you feed this to the Whitewoods Witches, it'll get to come back. So we'll go ahead and we'll Synchro Jump on in to Resia here. And then remember, on special, we can send a spell and trap card from the hand of the graveyard to add a Whitewoods card or a light spellcaster. Go ahead and feed that off. It's actually a pretty good time to imperm this, honestly, as guarantees a cutoff here. Now, yes, the Woes does get to come on back here. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to set Skill Drain. Honestly, not a bad place to be. You get a free Synchro Jump here. We have an Ash in the hand, and we have Skill Drain, but I think the problem here is we've got a lot of gas to kind of push through a field here. We're going to go ahead and charge on up here, get the free Mill 3. Go ahead and grab a Weiss from our deck. All right, we're going to go ahead and Weiss, go ahead and tuck that on the top. They're going to go ahead and Ash that. Oof. Well, Ash is out of the way, which ensures we can go ahead and drop down this Walls here. We're going to go ahead and grab Imseti from our deck. All right, we'll go ahead and tuck that on back. Dragonling extend on down here. We're going to go ahead and get Skill Drained here. Actually, it was a pretty good place to skill drain us, because this ensures that this won't be able to do anything. But the problem is, we have a Thrust alive now that we can do everything we want with, and we're about to go into Imseti Purgatory. Thrust on into Charge of the Light Brigade, get some free deck thinning here, go ahead and mill off. Alright, we're going to go ahead and grab a free Dragonling from the deck. Alright, it's going to go ahead and kick that on off. Go ahead and grab the King's Sarcophagus, go ahead and get our free draw. Go ahead and grab our Judgment Dragon here. Are we fully loaded up? Nope, far from it. Alright, maybe someday. Alright, we'll go ahead and get up Imseti. We're going to go ahead and Synchro Jump here, which is kind of a shame that you're going to attempt to do this because, you know, the stack on up here, bounce on back. That was actually, so what ends up happening here was actually a really good defensive play because we can trigger this on the stack, trigger this to eat this back up so that this will still resolve. Alright, so we went ahead and taken care of that. Problem is here, though, we still have these good cards. Go ahead and pop that on up, mill the Hoppy, call back Hoppy, swing on over the monster. Alright, go ahead, pass turn. There's the bounce back to get the body on the field, and unfortunately, this is kind of what I was talking about. They end up losing the game here because once these monsters flip back up, like you have a good working theory here. I will give credit to that. But the problem is, you know, these bad cards are hindering this engine so much. All right, I think there's too much of a dedicated package here. The Centurion stuff, and Whispers is definitely seeming like an absolutely awful card for playtesting. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. Pretty good example of what not to do. So please, leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think. And I'll see your beautiful faces back here later today, guys. Peace out. Patrons! Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.